everybody, this is Jason back with the final review of 11/22/63. We're finally there, episode 8, which is titled The Day in Question, and definitely had high hopes for this one. So I was definitely waiting the entire series for 11/22/63 to come, and we're finally there, so let's get right into it. It starts right off in a race to Dealey Plaza, and I said in the previous episode that I had a problem coming up to this. So we noticed that they supposedly parked their vehicle around the corner and went to sleep as they were preparing for the next day. Well, they're racing there literally because they're hitting traffic. They had to hotwire a vehicle and they're racing through traffic, and it took them forever. I mean, they barely made it to Dealey Plaza. So it was. I know what they're getting at. They want a lot of action, but it's like they drove all the way to Fort Worth. It seemed like to spend the night, and then drove to Dealey Plaza. It was honestly funny, but in the same term, I know they really wanted the action, and we got it. We got the action. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I was gripping the chair, looking at my watch, saying, "Well, 12:30 is about to hit," and that's when the bullet strikes JFK, and they're not even close. It seems like. In fact, they finally get to a point where the road's blocked off. So they have to abandon the car and walk towards Dealey Plaza. And by this point, everybody in town is heading to Dealey Plaza as well to get a look and a glimpse at JFK. And for a couple of Stephen King fans, there's a couple of Easter eggs in this episode and throughout the entire series, but a lot of them here are obvious to Stephen King fans, at least. One of them is he bumps into a guy on a bicycle. He's wearing like a jean jacket and jeans. That's supposed to be Randall Flagg, and he's best known in the story and also the miniseries The Stand. So I thought that was pretty funny. He just kind of stuck out, like a sore thumb. It was pretty obvious to me, but if you're not a Stephen King fan, you may have not caught up on that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Also, in this part, which I enjoyed, was the ghosts from the past appear. And we're talking about Frank Dunning appears here, trying to slow them down. Bill also trips Jake, but then when he turns around, it's somebody else. And also Sadie's ex-husband shows up. So I thought that was pretty cool how they put that into it. So I think you guys will enjoy that. So again, they're racing to Dealey Plaza. They finally make it into Dealey Plaza. I do like this scene, and not because I'm biased, because I'm the one standing there with the camera on the grassy knoll next to the babushka lady. But I do like how they kind of slowed it down a little bit, kind of like Jake's point of view. You see Abraham Zapruder, who's the one who took the video of the famous video of the motorcade coming. You see the Umbrella Man. You see the babushka lady. You see a couple of the families and stuff that are pretty famous when it comes to the photos and the video and stuff like that. So the attention to detail that they put into this was outstanding. And again, they felt the need to come to Dallas and film the outside of it in Dallas, and I think it worked well. And thank God they did, because I wouldn't have spent the week down there filming and enjoy the time down there. So I'm glad they did that for two reasons. One, I was able to go down there and enjoy it. Two, that it does give the realness to this video of actually being back in time. Because they could have done it anywhere. It just wouldn't have been the same. So they finally get over to the Texas School Book Depository, and Bonnie Ray is over there locking up, and Jake knows that Bonnie Ray knows, supposedly, that he knows that Lee Harvey Oswald is there, which he approached him and pointed a gun at him and kind of threatened him and said that he needs to be in that building. and he lets him in. They're racing up the flight of stairs with minor difficulties. They finally get up there, and Lee Harvey Oswald is actually able to shoot the first shot, which missed, obviously. He then, Jake then was able to yell his name, and Lee wasn't able to take those the second and third shots like he was supposed to, and the motorcade goes through Dealey Plaza with no problems. But then this scene is pretty creepy because they did a great job on this. The little, I guess, cat and mouse hunt, Lee Harvey Oswald and Jake, and Sadie's on the side hiding. To make a long story short, it's not really a long scene, but Jake ends up shooting Oswald with his own weapon. He then finds Sadie. Sadie has been shot as well, and she dies. It's a pretty sad scene, and I got to give props to James Franco here. It was very believable. This just the sadness and the tears coming from him. You really felt the how he was upset. You kind of felt it yourself. The police show up, and obviously, with what just happened, they are going to take him in. So, up to here, it's been an outstanding episode so far. So, one of the better ones so far that they're all good, but this one, the excitement and the conclusion, and they're bringing it to you. So they take him to the jail courthouse. They do a pretty good job here also with making it authentic of what Lee Harvey Oswald in real life dealt with after the fact, of shooting and killing the president. They show Jake getting photographed, just like the famous photo of Lee Harvey Oswald standing there, with his name and stuff like that and the number. So I thought that was awesome the way they did that. He's then interrogated by the local police and also the FBI. Agent Hosty is back, and Jake's not gonna leave without a fight. He knows that Agent Hosty knows what Lee Harvey Oswald was up to, and that he was there just to stop Lee Harvey Oswald. Of course, Agent Hosty forces the local PD, the local Dallas police, to leave the room, and because he knows, he's like, I don't care what Lee Harvey Oswald. He wants to know who Jake's informant is, because he feels Jake knows everything. And Agent Hosty's like, okay, how do you know all this? Who is the people that are telling you this? So this scene is awesome. Again, they couldn't have done it better. He's still got blood on drip, down on his face. So just the mood of this episode has just been great. So basically, long story short, he gets a phone call from the President of the United States himself, and they let him go. They're like, hey, you're going to leave here. You're not going to mention anything of this. And they give him a one-way bus ticket up to Lisbon, Maine again. And that's where he heads back to Maine so he can go back to the 2016 to see what happened. So that's where we are now. And he finally goes through the portal, and everything is messed up. The portal's still there, but first of all, Al's Diner's not there. The whole place looks like it's in ruins. In fact, he has to actually ask a local person, what year it is. And of course, he says 2016, and so he didn't know what's going on. You see two bullies beating up what appears to be a homeless man. That turns out it's Harry from the beginning, the janitor, and he's explains to him what happened, and he actually remembered him from back in episode 2 when Jake killed his father. And there's a lot of, I'm not even going to go into the discussion about the changes of what's going on here. What happened. All that you need to know at this point in this review is that everything turned out bad. So basically, Sadie's dead. Everything messed up. He didn't really help Harry at all. So at this point, he knows that he needs to go back and change it. And so the rules of the portal is when you go back in time again, it's going to reset. Everything will reset, and his plans are to go back and maybe or go find Sadie again, and they can get married and live happily ever after. He knows that saving JFK is the wrong thing. So he ends up going back through the portal again. It's back to 1960 again, just like in the beginning. You see the same thing. There's a pink car that drives by. Even it drove by in the beginning. You probably missed it, but Sadie is in that vehicle with her cousins. And so he follows them over to a cafe. It's the exact same cafe that in the very beginning he eats the pie and stuff like that. If you go back and watch that, you notice that Sadie is actually sitting there, and you just can't tell. You just see the blonde hair. So it's pretty cool. I look back at it and I was like, wow, actually really cool, the detail that they put into this. So at this point, he realizes that he shouldn't do anything with her. You see the yellow card man again, and that's where he realizes he cannot even change her life. That he thinks she'll be better off if he just left her alone. And that's where he goes back to 2016. Everything's back to normal again because he hasn't really changed anything. The diner's back there. He decides to go back home and search Sadie's name. And he finds out that they're going to be awarding her like Teacher of the Year over in Jody, Texas. So he ends up actually going over there, and it was a pretty cool ending to the series. A lot of people did not like the ending. I did. So nothing really happened. She just felt something in her, the older Sadie, like she knew him. And what he left her with was that we knew each other in a different life. And that's as they're dancing, and the camera pans away, and that's the ending of it. So out of all the episodes, episode 1 was... It's kind of hard to say which one's better, but episode 1, episode 8... to me were the best. Of course, all the ones in the middle were great, and definitely recommend watching this entire series from start to finish. So, and I am blessed with even having a small fraction part in this series. The week I had there was fun. So these are just a few photos, little behind the scene photos that I've either taken or found on the internet from my time on the week of filming 11/22/63 in Dallas. And I had some fun. It was enjoyable to watch this series. I enjoyed it a lot. The days were long, 15-hour days, but it was well worth it. And the finished product was overall awesome. Even though, sometimes, you spend 15 hours a day doing that, and then when you watch it, it seems, like only a couple minutes, but the 15-hour days were well worth it because of just the way that it felt and looked. It really did feel like 1960s, so it was fun. So I give this episode a 9 out of 10. Very strong in my opinion. And again, some people have problems with the ending, but I really don't think it was that bad. I thought it was the way that they did was perfect. And to me, it teaches me that if time travel was possible, that we are not to mess with it. There's a reason behind everything. So that's what I took out of it, and that's the way they went. I thought it was great. Overall, the series, I give it a very strong 9 out of 10. The entire series as a whole. To me, it's a must watch. One of the better series of 2016, and highly recommend that you either, if you have Hulu, go ahead and watch it. I mean, you can't hurt for watching it. 2, if you don't have Hulu, buy the DVD or Blu-ray. I really think that you'll like it, especially if you like Stephen King, time travel, JFK, James Franco. I think any of those you'll enjoy this. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you for watching this series, and we'll see what happens on the next set of reviews. Still gonna see what it's gonna be. All right, everybody, take care, and I'm gonna finish this video with a little photo montage of some of the photos from the series. So, all right, everybody. Oh, make sure to go to facebook.com/DVD Review Dude and go ahead and like that page. Also, please subscribe here if you can. I'm trying to get more subscribers here, so I would appreciate that very much. Also, if you could share the videos, like them, I would appreciate it very much. All right, everybody, take care and have a great day, and hopefully you enjoy this last few minute photo collection that I've put at the end of this. All right, everybody, thanks a lot. Have a good day.